Hello, my name is Lei Xu, and this is my last semester. So my my UMB email may be not available after a few days later, so I post my personal email here. So if you have any question or you want to talk anything about this project, please do not hesitate to send me an email. So NeteaseMusic is a Chinese music platform, and this platform, the differences between this platform and many music platform of US is that there is a common area belong under every song. So I took an example here. So this is a song from Eason, and the name of this song is Long Time No See, and you can see here there is a comment here. So the good thing for this platform is that nearly under every song you will find some very good comments, like just like a story of this. I translated into English here, and you can see it's like just like a story. So that's how I choose the platform, and then you can check this. He has 50 hot songs, and under this 50 hot song, this page again. So you can hear, if I crop this one, so we can get the common content here and the user's basic information. So there's only a ID and a name here, but there's no gender, city, or other information. So I can only get the we can so let's so before doing everything, I want to do some math. So you can see here that for the first whole sum, there are over 117 different comments here, and for the 50th one, there are around 14,000 different comments. So I estimate, so how many comments here? So it's around. So I choose the average value between the first one and the 50th one, and then multiple 50. So I got the number is around 3 million. So there should be 3 million different comments. And I assume that in average, every user published around 2 comments. So the user should be around 1.5 million. So this is just a very not very accurate estimate. I just want to calculate to estimate how much time I need to do the crawler. So, and I assume that if it spend around 3 seconds to open a web page, and another 3 seconds to analyze and save the data into the database. So to finish this job, we need the time is around 3 million, 3 million plus 1.5 million, then multiple 6 seconds, so it's around 27 million seconds, and that's around over 500 hours, and that is 23 days. So for this project, it's impossible for me to run a program for 23 days. Even I can do this, I have this time. So what if like there's something wrong with the internet connection, or my computer crashed, or that there is a bug in my program. So anything of this, we broke this program. So we have to find some way to decrease this task to be easier and shorter. So here is my design. So so from the internet, I'm going to start 20 different processes to crawl the information from NetEase at the same time. And for those 20 different processes, they will access the database in their own way to access the database, to query, to save, or to update information. So you may ask, why is process here but not thread? Because we are using Python. So in Python, there is no there's no real thread here. We can only use process. So it's Python. It's not C++. It's not Java. And then the next stage is to design the data module. So this is a simple version of this project. In fact, the data module is much complicated than this one. So the basic information is song. For song, we can save the song ID and name, and the song is created, or you can say performed by one artist or maybe over one. So the relationship between artist and the song are many to many. So we need another table to record the relationship between artist and the song. And for the comment, so every comment is related to only one song. So the relationship between comment and song is many to one. And the comment can be related to itself, because sometimes when you post a comment, I can post a reply to your comment. And a comment is posted by a user here. So, and based on the analysis I did before, I'm going to save the city information, gender, birthday. So only, or maybe I can say name here. Oh yeah, and this name I forgot to put it here. So in fact, for a real project, this is far from enough. You know that there's another information I didn't post here is the album. So, but if I put the album here, this table will become much more complicated, because the relationship between album and song is many to many, and artist to album is also many to many. So, so and there's another thing. Do you remember I mentioned that if I'm going to run a program for over like 23 days, so what if the program crashed or the internet connection has something something wrong with the internet connection? So to solve this problem, we'd better to have something in here to save the current status, like I mean the position I crowd. I want to record the position I've already crowd. So if something's wrong here, the next time I'm running the program, so my program can read that record and then start from that point to so we have to like this kind of design. I didn't post the data here, but in fact I did that. So if you are interested in this, you can check my my code. I will post my code link here. So and then the next design is a flow chart. So this is the main not main thread. This is the main process. So first, so we start and then we open the artist page, and then we can crawl the 50 hot songs link. So so based on those 50 songs, then we can create 50 different tasks. Then next it's a cycle here. First we check whether all tasks finished. If they are all finished, then the main process can end. If they are not, so then we check whether the sub process number is less than 20. So why is that a 20 here? Because I'm using a personal computer. This is not a server, and I have no any cluster. I have no any other resource. So for my computer, I test if I run 20 different process, my CPU will run at around 98%. So I cannot have any more. So 20 is the limit. So I said 20 here. So this is based on the experiment. So if it is more than if it is less than 20, so I can dispatch a new task here and then go back to the cycle. So by this way, we can be sure that there are most 20 different processes running at the same time. So, and if any one of these sub process exits, then we can check here and then start a new process to make sure that those 50 different tasks to run uh, in a way of in a way of most 20 sub processes running at the same time. Yes, and so what about the sub process? What's the flowchart here? So I can only get the comment and the user ID here. And then next, we check whether this user is crawled. Why I need to check? Because some user may post over one comment. So this user is possibly has been saved by this program before. So we need to check that we need to do the replica, and we don't need to do the work we have already done. So if it is yes, then we need to check the comment whether the comment is crawled. So this is just a safety for like to like to clear any replicated record. So if it is yes, then we don't need to save any about this comment or this user information. Then we go to another cycle here. So if any one of this is no, like if the user hasn't been saved before, so then we crawl the user information and then save the user information, and then the comment, if the comment hasn't been saved before, then we save the comment information. So this is the basic logic here. But in fact, when you are doing the coding, there are a lot of details here you need to care about. So, but I didn't post here. I don't want to make this thing too complicated. So after I finished the program and I started to use my personal computer to run this program. So after 2 days and nights of my computer running at in average over 98% of CPU, I finally got something. So that's about here. So for the comments, I got around so what the number here is? Okay, so it's 2.4 million different comments here. It's a big number, yeah, indeed. So I think in fact for this program we'd better use the NoSQL. NoSQL is better than SQL database. So it's over 2.4 million comments here. And I do remember I estimated before this program, I estimated the number is around 3 million. So this number is very close to 3 million. And how many users I got? So it's around 1.4 million users. And that this number is also very close to the 1.5 million I estimated before. So that it is very important it's very important to estimate how much work you need to do before start a project, because for different amount of the work, the logic and the infrastructure you need to think about is quite different. For big data, you need to think about much more than you to do a small project. And then what I want to do, so I got the basic data I have. So the next stage is how to analyze, how to split the words. So after few research work, and finally I got a solution. So here is a solution I get. I'm using this package. This package is called PKU SEG. This is a package from Peking University in Beijing. And this is an open source package. So you can use this package, use machine learning to split a long sentence into words. So that's what I did. So I have many sentences here. So then I use this package to split it into words. And after I split it into words, and then I group them and count the number of each group. And then I save it then to the database. So this is what I save here. Like this is a very simple words, and this is a count. So this is this word in English it means of. So quite a lot of here. Like this is I, this is you. So you may ask how I got the English. So there's another problem. The original data is in Chinese, but but I need to demonstrate it in English, so I have to translate all of those words into English. So I used the Google Translate API to translate every word here into English. So I got this English column and save this English into the database. Like this. This means like, and this means these, like this. And this is a link of Google Translate. If you're interested in these, you can visit these and to translate whatever you need into from another language to English language. So then there's another problem here. So we can analyze the words. We can group and count. How to display? So I choose this is another open source package here. It's called PYE-chart. PYE-chart is an open source package from Baidu. Baidu is a search engine company in China. So this is the homepage. So there are a lot of different style of chart here, so you can use anyone. This is just part of the. I just made a screenshot here. So I use this PYE chart to display all the data I got. And this is a water frequency map. This is the Chinese version. This is the English version. So if you're interested in this, you can visit a web page. I will later post the link here. I put all these charts on the internet, so you can visit this. You can visit this chart at any time as you want. So every chart I have in Chinese version and English version, and this is fixing by the adjective, noun, verb. So you see, noun the most frequency word is song, and for adjective the most frequency is happy, lonely. So it's very interesting, happy and many, lovely. And how this is analyze about the comments. So next part is about the fans. So do you remember I crawled the fans gender and the age and the city information. So for the gender, it's quite easy. We just need to count the male and the female and those who didn't tell the system male or female. So you see, they are almost the same. So the male is a little more than female of Eastern Chinese fans. And this is about age. So for the age, the data is quite interesting. You can see. So this is most part of the fans age. So this is very common from around maybe 17 years old to around 27. But the interesting is here 30. So why when people in their 30s they start to listen Eastern Chen? So this is very interesting. Maybe if we are a company or a music company, maybe we can do some research behind this. We can find some interesting thing here. But this is what we are going to do. But this is just a funny thing. And then the fans geography distribution information here. So I count them by province. Province is just like the state in US. And the deeper color means that there are more fans in this province, and for the light color it means that there are less. So in Guangdong, the Guangdong has the most fans of Eastern Chen. So this matches the common sense because Eastern Chen is a Hong Kong artist, and many of his songs is in Cantonese but not in Mandarin. So you can see Guangdong has a most Eastern Chen fans, and yeah, and I think that's almost everything I did here. So, but after this, I want to say something later something different. So all the charts I showed before, you can access by the following link. I publish it on the internet, so you can visit this link at any time that you can. So I made a very simple index here, so you can just click this link and you can visit visit those chart I showed before. So there is a very interesting is just this here is this parameter. You got a before here. So this is the encryption encrypt parameter, and so at the same time, so the server needed to know what you used to encrypt this information. So the key information here is this random key 2. So how the server knows this key 2? So at the same time, you use the open a public key ISA and the that's another number we need to do the RSA encryption. So the RSAE and RSAN, these two numbers together with this random key to get the encrypt secret key here, and then you post these two keys to the server, and then the server can use this information and use the private key he has to get this AES key. And then the server uses AES key to do the decryption here to get this parameter 1, and then do it again to get the parameter, and then the server know what you want to do. And then after server know what he want to do here, and then he will use the same way here to encrypt everything back to you. So you see it's quite complicated. Yeah, it's quite complicated. I'm tired. So maybe it's interesting, maybe it's useful, but I know why they do this. They want to protect the copyright of the music, so they have a very complicated way to do this. And so usually at last I will say something about the tech stack. So the basic database I'm using MySQL. So if in a real project I may use NoSQL like MongoDB. I may use MongoDB to do this. MongoDB is better to do this kind of project than MySQL. And I used Python and the Django combination to do some search and some process and something like that. I create the visa chart page. And then I use some other open source package here. So this is just part of them. In fact, I use a lot of different open source package. NumPy, Google Cloud, PKUSEG, P1 MySQL, P1 chart. And for the whole project, you can visit this GitHub link to get my all open source, all my source. Not just this my source is much more than what I said. And there are many things about how to play the music, how to give the music to the client, and even there in my source I include an Android app. It's a music app to play music from my server, but my server is running. I didn't pay the bill of my server, so my server doesn't exist anymore. There is only code here. And so this is with the chart page and other chart I showed all on this page. So and that's all my project. Thank you.